I've drifted for 22 years, right? That first 6 years, 7 years, I could literally give someone my 22 years of experience and I could shortcut that whole first 10 years of their drifting career. I'm Brendon Greaves. It's 2025, we're at LS Fest here. I now call myself from Detroit, Michigan is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We've been living there for a few years, originally from Australia. We're having a good time, cars behaving. We'll just keep going. Australia sucked. So I was like, I gotta get out of Australia. I wanna be in the US. I do feel the US is the best place in the world for drifting. My last 5 years in Australia before I changed chassis was all S15s. You could go to Japan, buy a JZX for like 5 grand, or like a 240 for like 2 grand, and you could drift it for on your $35 Kenders that you bought.
Why not Drift Masters or somewhere like that too?
People are probably gonna hate what I say about Drift Masters, to be honest with you. I think the drifting is sick, but I think most of those people there.
Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era.
Welcome back to the Circle of Drift podcast. Again, I want to say thanks to all of you that stop in every single week for a brand new episode. You are greatly appreciated. You are what keeps the wheels running on this channel. But today we are actually at Holly LS Fest at Beach Bend Raceway to talk to Brendon. He is actually a 20-year veteran in drifting, not only in Australia where he's from, but here in the States as well, along with working with some FD teams and some other crazy stuff within drifting. But I do want to let you guys know that SEMA is this week in Las Vegas, and I'm actually flying out today to be there. So if you are going to be coming, and whether it's for a company or just spectating the last couple of days, I'm going to be there all week. You do see me, go ahead and stop, say hi, and maybe you want to be on the podcast yourself. Let me know why you would be a good guest. But other than that, I know a lot of you guys are here for getting into drifting or maybe just increasing your skill level. And probably the best way to do that nowadays is through sim drifting. And lucky for you guys, this show is always presented by Sim HQ, where you can save 5% off on your next upgrade, or maybe you just need to get yourself a full rig finally. So do that while you can. Never pay full price if you don't have to. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the podcast. Well, here we are back at LS Fest here at Beach Bend, and we have brand new face to the channel. Brendon. I already fucked it up anyways.
It's all right,
I just
it's
went
gonna
through this
happen a few
before.
times.
Yeah, man. So from Australia, correct?
Yeah, so I'm Brendon Greaves. I've been drifting for actually a long time.
How
be
long
honest.
is a long time though?
Like 22 years.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm like nearly 40 actually, which sounds kind of crazy when you say it.
Damn.
And started when I was like 16, when I could first get my license. Honestly, didn't really know what drifting was, to be honest with you. Like, I was just a redneck from the country in Australia, ripping some skids, and doing skids really slow is kind of boring. So we did skids faster, and actually my cousin actually drifted, and he used to do a lot of trips to Japan.
Oh.
He had like an 86, and we're at a Christmas thing one day, and I had this like 85 model Commodore with a V8 in it. And he's like, hey, let me take you for a rip in my 86. And I'm like, oh, sick. Like,
Fuck yeah.
I do some burnouts. He's like, yeah, we'll drift. I'm like, all right, sick. And then we like cruise into this industrial area. And he's like, 1, 2, 3. Like, we're rolling. He throws it in on the handbrake and then just mangies down a straight into a cul-de-sac, rips around the cul-de-sac and back up. And I'm like, dude, I got to drift.
Did you have any concept of what drifting was at the time?
Fuck no.
Like, not at all?
I was like too redneck, to be honest with you. Just like, I was just ripping skids, man. My first drift event I went to, it was like a drift burnout day, they called it, in like a country town. And it was like $50 to enter drift and $50 to enter the burnout. So I was like, I'll enter both. I just want to drive.
That's cheap.
And pulled out to do like the drifting, and I never went into burnout ever again. And that was kind of like the start of it. I think that actually the first event I won like best Australian muscle car drift.
No way.
Probably I was the only one there. Because back then it was like very common. Cars were real cheap to import into Japan. Japan's kind of close to Australia.
Yeah.
So it's like really cheap to get cars from Japan to Australia.
That's got to be nice.
Yeah, so it like a lot of people are probably gonna be like, man, you did what and you did what? But I had about 10 S15s over the years, and my last 5 years in Australia before I changed chassis was all S15s.
Shut the fuck up,
And they were like
dude.
cheap. They were literally like nothing. Like it wasn't like, oh dude, you've got an S15.
Like $4,000 cars and
Literally,
stuff, probably.
like my wife had a daily R-Spec,
Fuck off,
full leather
dude.
one with like pearl white R-Spec, and we paid like $5,000 for it. And she would
That
daily that
hurts.
thing. So yeah, that I always had. So when I first started, I was in this like not a good drift car. It's like maybe if you can find a picture, you can put it up for them. But it's like there's like a red one over there. It's like a 1985. It looks like a box, like a
Okay.
square box, like real like. You know Jason Ferrin's like 3-liter thing?
Yeah.
It's the one older than that.
No
It's like the
shit.
next, so it's like more boxy lights. So yeah, that's what I started
my
drifting
God. That
in.
car is cool.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
ride in it
Yeah.
personally, and dude, those Commodores are
They're kind of
fucking nuts.
They don't handle the greatest.
No, that's a big heavy boat.
As a drift car, it kind of sucked. But we were lucky enough for me, like when we were there, it was very common that back 22 years ago in Australia, common drift car would be an R32 with an RB20, or we call them a 180, but they're a 240 here,
Yeah.
with either like a CA or an SR. And back then, SRs were probably worth $1,000, and a CA was like, you probably couldn't give it away.
Yeah, now,
RB20,
now nobody
you
even
also-
talks about them.
No, they're kind of like an engine that just,
Disappeared.
Yeah,
just
they didn't-
kind of completely fell off
yeah,
the
there's
earth.
like the odd one you see where someone's making like 800 horsepower,
Yeah.
and they've like collected all the old shitty ones,
Yeah,
and they
yep.
just like, that's their engine that they jam on, so, I mean, they kind of work, but yeah, RBs, and then RB25s were, after about 4 years, RB25s became like super popular, because R33s in Japan were just getting cut in half. That's all that was happening. In Australia, the only thing an R33 was good for was to cut in half.
Cut in half, take the motor.
Take the motor and trans. Those things, you just couldn't have enough of them. So that was a pretty common car. And I went the LS route. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm kind of redneck. And I was like one of the first people in Australia on the West Coast. I had an R30 one winter. I did about 3 seasons in my Commodore, and I was like, man, these things suck.
Yeah.
And my cousin that was like into it back then, he basically, he's like, man, there's this R32. It's got GDR rear end in it. The dude blew the engine and trans up. It's like $3,000. I was like, let's go get it. So we got that. And over like a Christmas break, we LS swapped it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just stuck with the push rods from then, man.
So how is the like, I guess not the argument or like the
Yeah.
difference or whatever, because you hear a lot of people talk about RBs are big and heavy in Australia, but so
Yeah.
is the LS. So like, how?
Yeah, it's,
I'm an RB guy. I actually have an RB in my Z. So like,
So RBs were probably more popular than JZs in Australia forever. So like,
I could believe that actually.
so an
yeah,
RB20, like I don't know what happens over here with RBs, but I've had plenty of RB
None.
cars myself. RB25, 3076, head studs. That's like a 500 horsepower, like actually a pretty reliable combo,
Right.
right? So that would be a very popular engine package for like, let's say the mid 2000s, so like 2008 to like 15. And then maybe as time went on, we would mainly drift circuit tracks in Australia. There's no roundy round tracks anywhere, you know? There's like one, but predominantly there's none. And where I'm from on the West Coast, there's none. So we would always drift circuit tracks where you kind of need a decent amount of power to make it around a circuit track, or you need to take all the grip out and be slow, which then obviously turned into a horsepower war. So like if you went to where I lived, I want to say nowadays, like it's common for people to have like entry levels, a 450 horsepower car, and then pro dudes are running 1,000 like locally. Like shouldn't say Australia has many pro dudes, but like the best competitions in Australia, like World Time Attack's on this weekend, which is a sick competition. There'd be most of those people would have 1,000 horsepower. Like
that's insane.
yeah, and that's kind of what you need to get around a circle track, to get around a circuit track if everyone else has it.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what happens, because like one guy, everyone has 400 horsepower, then one guy turns up with 500 and he can drive and he put a sick setup in the car and he bought some good tires and now he just like beat everyone.
Yeah.
If everything worked.
But it's kind of like the FD effect that we saw maybe a year or two ago, to where it was
when
like,
Daigo came, I don't know if you were like,
well,
like when I grew up, Daigo was like, well, obviously now he's not doing the greatest, but like when I grew up, Daigo was like,
right.
Nakamura and Daigo were like, Nakamura was kind of like the badass, and Daigo was like the pro, like good dude. And when Daigo came to the US that first time, he kind of did that to the US. He like rolled up with like a boatload of power. I was sponsored by Achilles for a long time, so I didn't have to know how to do suspension.
God, I haven't heard that name in forever,
Those tires, sickest drift tire I've ever drifted
dude,
on.
everyone that was sponsored by them back in the day says that.
Yeah,
and like, it's not even for the sponsorship reason. Obviously, they're
like,
dead
they were
now.
like legitimately like, you didn't know how, like, I always had good suspension and good brands and like kind of knew what I was doing. But as I got off Achilles and went to other brands, I was like, holy dooly, that tire was pretty sick.
Yeah,
so he kind of came over and kind of almost started that another horsepower war in the US, and then obviously you're leading to what's happened like in the past few years as well.
Dude, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Which now it's starting to like, it's capped itself and it's starting to tame back almost.
Yeah, I do think the judges of FD are almost like they're trying to like manipulate it so the power's not quite as big a thing. Obviously, if you get a badass dude and a badass car with a badass tire, it's going to be like pretty hard to beat. But I think some of the things they're doing now are trying to like help that. And I really don't know where it's going to go, to be honest with you. But like, I just think from when I started 22 years ago, a close battle was like 5 car lengths. If you were like in the same frame, if you're like your 1 pixel camera.
Now, if you make one small little twitch, you suck. It's like, minus 30 points.
I seen your wheels move. It's like, okay then.
Isn't that the point?
So it's like kind of crazy, like to think in 22 years, the sport's like insane. I remember when I started, I was like one of the youngest dudes, and now I'm kind of one of the oldest dudes. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, it's sick. I mean,
I'm curious to see how it'll round out in the next 5 years or so with FD, because like, dude, the amount of people and skill level that's like rapidly getting better and better. Like, for example, the sim stuff, obviously, I'm sponsored by Sim HQ, but dude, the drivers coming out of the sim.
Dude, so I suck on a sim, right? Like, I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Imagine someone that you like seen drive and you're like, oh, he can drive okay. And if you see me driving a sim, you're like, are you sure? I like suck on a sim.
Has he even driven on the road? What the fuck?
I can't believe this guy has a license. Like, I suck on a sim, like really suck. But I do think it's a very good tool for like a few things, and I really need to dedicate some time and like get something decent set up and have somebody help me like get it to where it like.
What sims have you tried?
Man, I've tried, so I'm good friends with Cody Buchanan. Actually, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I can't remember the brand. I'm pretty sure he has a Fanatec, to be honest, like a direct drive Fanatec setup. And then my friend Jelani, he has I honestly don't know. I kind of like got on it, did half an hour.
It's a better quality
like
sim
a decent
though, right?
quality, force feedback. They even like tried to accommodate my shitty driving by making some changes. And I mean, the only thing I did, what I could drive was like a super simple car and a lot of foot brake. And I don't usually use a lot of foot brake in drifting, but if I kind of like transitioned on a foot brake, I could keep it under control and like make it around the track.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I was good by any means. And then Cody put me in like a pro car that he was like practicing for Utah on when I was there. And I like really...
Dude, it's so bad. I try and drive the VDC car. It's awful.
Like my cars that I have here is like pretty decent. It's like kind of built. I actually I got a pro license. I don't know how far or how long we want to go, but I had a pro license, like got it like 7 years ago for FD. And that's why I built this car that I'm in. But I was like, dude, a pro car don't drive like this. Like when they get all like squirrely and shit.
It's so bad, dude.
But obviously like there's a lot of similarities that once you learn what it does, you can obviously, he can drive it around the track. I can't. So,
Yeah. You almost have to slow your reaction time down.
So
Because in real life, it's so on the money, but there's that slight delay.
So there was a few things he told me. One thing was like, I would just, so like I like a lot of accelerator when I drive.
Yeah.
So I would just be holding that thing flat going down the straight, and like, it's not like,
Yeah,
me too. Like breaking loose.
Me too.
So, you know, it's like, I'm like, what? And then you're like, well,
You're
I better
too fast.
transition. And I'm off in the wall, you know? So you like tried to turn the sound up for me, put some like visual like speed on there.
Right,
and we're like, this is like an 80 mile an entry, not 120. Like you're never gonna pull it off. So there's like some things like that. I think my problem is honestly, I've driven for so long and I rely on like my feeling of what the car's doing. Like, so, you know, you hit the accelerator and it lights the tires, or you feel the grip. And I think I've like rely on that a lot, and you don't have that in the sim. So then my driving sucks on the sim. So I think there's like one good thing I picked up was like, I did the Utah track he was practicing on, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look, the transition between like 1 and 2 looks way longer in real life, but it's actually way shorter. And I was like, that's something that you could really learn before you go to the track and be like, damn, wasted a lap, blew off the track. You know, so I can see the value in it.
Save the
for
car.
Sure. Yeah, I can see the value in it for sure. So, but it's just like, I've spent my whole life just working, earning money, and going drifting. I really haven't done anything else in my life. And then when I got the opportunity to get a job here in the US,
that was my next question.
Yeah,
it was like,
so
how did that branch?
It's like really hard to get to the US from Australia. Like, I mean, to live here.
Tell me the process then, because there's people talk about how easy it is, and like
there's a few ways that you can do it. I'm here on a working visa.
Okay.
So it's like a special Australian-American O-type visa. It's like a 2-year visa, a renewal every 2 years, unlimited renewals. So that's the one I came in on. So basically, I'm sponsored by a company, and that's how I'm here. So I'm an electrician, is my like day job, and is that the company I work for? His son he drifts as well. So I actually sent a car here like 7 years ago and did LS Fest, and I was in Ohio, and I did a bunch of events out here, and then I met Dylan. And when COVID and everything was happening, I was like, man, I got to get out of Australia. Like, Australia sucked. So I was like, I got to get out of Australia. I want to be in the US. I do feel the US is the best place in the world for drifting, in my opinion. In my, like, the amount of, so you imagine like your population in Australia where I lived is like less than like the population of like Tennessee that we're here in my whole state. That's like 4 Texas is big, you know? And there's no one, from where I was, it's 20 hours to the next state that I could drift in. So when I would go to like World Time Attacks on this weekend in Australia, it would take me about 32 hours to drive from where I lived to World Time Attack to compete.
Oh my God.
And we drive home.
That's driving to California.
Yeah, it's literally like going from the East Coast to West Coast. So it's insane.
Dude.
Yeah, and you can like, it's not like there's an event on every weekend that you could like hit a couple while you're there. Like that's not so much. So the US is sick. Like if you're, like I live in Michigan, I'm going to call it Detroit. I'm like just north of Detroit, but for anyone that's listening, Detroit's like where I basically am. And that's just where my job was. That's where they sponsored me. So I'm with that company, and I'm lucky enough they let me come do drifting. Like,
how long does that visa last?
So I'm on a 2-year visa. It's got unlimited renewals.
Oh, that's cool.
So I will work towards like getting like set up properly eventually, but at the moment I'm on a 2-year renewal visa.
Okay, and what's the like? Because you're obviously venturing towards citizenship, I would assume, right?
That's the dream.
Okay, so what is the next step to that after proving the visa side of things?
So the visa has to get, so my visas go, and then basically the company will sponsor me for like a labor. It's like through the government for a labor certification. So it's basically like, say they couldn't find that exact particular person, then they can look outside of the US for that skilled labor. And then that's how that's how I'm basically here. And then that can convert into eventually.
So they essentially just want to see you contributing to society, pretty much.
Yep.
And then pass the test and you're good.
I will have to do all that eventually, yep. So, but there's obviously like quite a backlog and nothing happens real fast.
I'm sure there's a hefty load of paperwork involved and all that too.
There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of money. So
yeah. How much has it costed you so far? How much does a visa cost?
So they're not actually as crazy as you think, like $7 grand.
$7 grand?
Yeah.
That's gonna sound insane to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be in the country, it's not that bad. You think when I would fly, so I would fly there and back, and like flights at the moment would be $5,000 for like me and my wife to come there and back.
Ooh, that's rough, dude.
Yeah, so like anyone that competes from outside of the country or goes to a different country to compete, I give them a tap on the back, man. That's a solid effort. Yeah. If you can get from another country and like make it happen, that's like a solid effort, dude, because that takes like a lot of commitment. Like even the time frame, you think anyone that's flying from Australia, they're literally like 12 hours difference. So like you imagine you like leave at midnight and then you like have a 24-hour flight and you go back in time.
Yeah.
It's like
that gotta feel so weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. So like if you can like when we would do it, I would try to just work like as hard as I could to the time we were leaving, then just get on the plane and like have a few bourbons, go to sleep, and then try to wake up with a fresh reset.
Sleep through most of the. I do that on every flight.
I mean, it's a good way to get a flight done.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, dude. Wake up. We're here. Done. So, yeah. So that's kind of. It is hard to be here, but man, it's like, I've like put a lot of effort in just to be here. And the reason why I've never did pro is I built the car, and I came here and I watched it, and I was like, I think I could drive with these guys. But I don't have the budget, and I don't have a proper team, and I don't have enough money to pay a team properly. And I was like, and there's so much cool driving going on outside of that. I was like, I can make my program work outside of that, and if everything lined up, I'll be 100% down to have a go. But there's so much cool stuff going on here that you don't need to do that to have a good time and be competitive and enjoy yourself.
So, how did you get the license? Did you run a pro-am here?
No, so like FD actually has an international petition.
Okay.
And
so
to do that.
What year was that? Again.
Would be like 17 or 18.
Okay, 2017
I guess that wasn't
or 2018. Too far ago. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it would have been 2017 or 2018. Basically, I won a lot of my local series. I won events like nationally where I was. We would go to Japan and drive a fair bit because it was cheaper to travel, like not now, but like back in the day before it was like super cool. It was way cheaper to actually like, you could go to Japan, buy a JZX for like $5 grand or like a 240 for like $2 grand. And you could drift that on your $35 Kenders that you bought.
That's such bullshit, dude.
And you could drift like all weekend and then fly home Monday. So I would do like G1, GP and things like that. So I'd podiumed at G1, GP, and I'd done a lot of drifting outside of that, and that's kind of how I petitioned in to do.
That's so crazy.
Prospect. So there's like for an international, that's like probably the easiest way to get in, and you basically just have to be like really decent in the area you are from.
Yeah.
Like if you can like win where you're from and you're in another country, they'll let you have a go in FD essentially, if you're willing to try it. But yeah, we kind of came and watched a bunch of rounds, and I was like, I could probably get my money together to do a season. Then after that, I'd probably be the brokest person on the planet. And I really do feel that if you're going to do FD, you need to be able to do 3 years. You need to be able to have.
I would say 5.
Yeah, 5 would be way better than 3. But I think the third year you might either be like, this isn't for me, I'm not enjoying it, whatever it is, or this is actually sick and I want to be here. How am I going to make it happen?
Yeah.
So like, I do think like 1 year is like.
So is that still the goal?
That's the dream. That's more the dream.
The dream. Okay.
I'm gonna call it the dream.
That's the end goal.
I do want to go and have a go. Like I do want to have a go. Like just have a go, man, and be like, all right, well, I suck, or I can fucking hang, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But everything has to be right, and I mean, I had a son that was born here as well, so that changed life a little bit. And I mean, I'm just enjoying myself, dude. Like, these events are sick. You come here, the crowd's cool, atmosphere's sweet.
Arguably,
I try to have a good time.
for a driver, arguably better in this type of atmosphere.
Dude, this is casual. This
Yeah,
is like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is casual. Like, if you go out there and you put on a sick show for the crowd and they remember you, that's winning in my books.
Oh, yeah.
You're winning drifting, you know?
If you can win that viral moment, that'd be sick.
That's all you need,
Like,
you know?
yeah.
So I do think, I think that's what LS Fest is about, you know? Like, it'd be sick to win it, but if the crowd thinks you threw down a sick lap, you won.
Well, what about FD gives it that pedestal for you? Why not Drift Masters or somewhere like that, too?
People are probably going to hate what I say about Drift Masters, to be honest with you. Really? I think the drifting is sick, but I think most of those people there have enough money to already be there. So it's like the best people from that country that have enough money to be there. I don't think sponsorship is like legitimate. Like, there's not dudes, I don't think there's many guys in Drift Masters, in my opinion, that are making a proper career. Like, I mean, they're like really making real money, like people in FD here. Like, you think of a few of the, not everyone, but a few of the guys in FD Pro, like, that's their legitimate job, and they have cool houses, and they have cool cars,
I
and
would
they
say
have
the same
everything
thing about
else,
FD,
right?
though. I think there's maybe
What about James Dean?
that's one driver though.
You think Chelsea's done
Majority
all right
of
as well?
even the pro field. Well, Chelsea isn't even in FD anymore,
But when
but he
was
does
there,
have a career off of driving. Now.
Okay.
But you're still talking about
What
like
about Matt Field?
two teams that are at the highest level.
Okay.
Matt Field still, I think, has a shop that he runs
does.
back home. Most of those guys have a shop that they're running that
Yeah, I
supports
mean,
a lot
name
of
me
it. So.
some Drift Masters guys that are really successful from drifting.
Huh. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah. I just,
But he
like,
still
I
wouldn't
know,
inspire-
I know
Like,
it's not where I want to be. I don't think it's the right career path. It's not something where I would like want to, like, sick to go there and drive.
yeah.
Their event's a hell of an event. It's sick. I just think the drivers there, from what I've seen and what I know from, I like deal with a lot, I tune a lot of cars. So like, I've tuned a lot of cars in Europe. I know how a lot of things operate. I know a lot of things in Ireland. I looked, probably before I came to the US, I really wanted to do IDC, which was like really cool quite a few years ago. And I kind of looked into what was going on at IDC, and I was like, there ain't no money in Ireland. These dudes are all like, got enough money to go drifting already, and they're running a
That
sick
sucks,
event. So I do
dude.
think Drift Masters is running a sick event.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's not a career path for a grassroots driver that's a real badass that could pick up sponsors to get there. I'm sure there's a few
So
people
would you
doing
say that it's probably not the best field of actual good drivers that are in those countries?
I wouldn't want to say that on camera.
I mean, that's fair. No, like, but
No.
I
I do
think people are gonna think that.
Yeah, I get that. It's the same as here, but to be honest with you, you go to some
Okay.
grassroots events here, dude, and there's some people that could go to pro or pro spec and be really fucking good if they could have their head in the game, but they don't have the money to make it, or the want, or anything else.
Yeah.
So I think the dudes in Drift Masters have the want to be there, and they have the financial to make it happen,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think
my
majority of people
unexpert
just lack
opinion.
the knowledge to brand themselves.
And if you can do that, dude, that's sweet.
Yeah.
But I obviously haven't done very well.
You gotta get there. We'll get there.
So I worked real hard in Australia, and I had my own business. And to be honest, I was like exactly what Drift Masters was. I was pretty much self-funded, man. I was like, if people wanted to work with me and sponsor me to build my cool car, sick. If they didn't want to, I'll just buy that part.
You learn real quick that it don't work out that way
Well,
too much.
it didn't work once I got here, and my income changed a lot, you know? So, Instagram was like not really big. Facebook kind of got big in Australia, and I actually did like for years, dude. When it was like all going, I was like one of like I'm almost like a boomer. Like I like was like, Facebook, I don't need that shit, man. I'm going drifting. And then it got to the point where I was like, all these drift events are advertised on Facebook, and I don't get to see them.
Yeah, you can't find them without it.
I better go like get this Facebook thing, and then we're obviously building like pretty cool cars and having a good time. So like I actually have quite a few followers on Facebook, but like I just never did Instagram until I moved to the US, and I don't have no followers on that.
Now you just like can't survive without it in this industry at all.
It's insane, dude. Like I do think like you pick like look at someone like from like we'll call it my era, like Mad Mike with Red Bull. He knew I don't know whether he did know marketing, but he learned marketing.
Yeah.
And he did like epic with drifting out of like marketing properly.
Because truthfully, he's probably the only one that is a true drifter that's done anything to that scale. I mean, maybe RTR is getting to that point, but even if you think about like Ken Block, like that was drifting, but it's a different type. Like it's all-wheel drive. It's like majority of it, he's hauling ass in a straight line. So like,
yeah, he's like Mad Mike's like one person that's like, nailed it.
And then the shot with the car and the helicopter in the back, dude, you can't beat that. That's one of the most iconic shots I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
dude.
He's like marketing wise, but I honestly messed up with marketing, dude. I didn't know. And I was like, I just pay my own way. I don't need that. Here we are. So, I mean, I've done fine and I've had a good time, but I just haven't quite got to that end goal where I was trying to get. So I'll keep chugging. There's plenty of old guys in drifting still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can drift.
You're still young, brother. You're good.
I've still got a few years left in me, man. So, we'll keep going. I really enjoy it. Like, I really love drifting.
Yeah.
Like, I actually love drifting. So I'll just keep doing it.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean these events are just sick, so I just keep turning up to these and having a good time.
Are you gonna do any pro-ams?
I probably will next year. Honestly, I will. I want to like if I go to Formula Drift, I'll just do like the legit American way, because I do feel like if you can't beat the dudes locally to you, what's the point in moving on from there? Like if you can't beat those guys, you're definitely not going to beat someone else. Like I know, like so I crewed on a few pro-spec teams while I've been here as well.
Okay.
And tuned a few cars for pro-spec, and that kind of gave me like a decent eye-opener, because like I've driven with those guys out of pro-spec, and they rip, and then once you put all the pressure and everything else on top, that's like a whole nother thing, dude, that people don't see, you know? So I see a lot of people comment on the internet about like, oh, that dude sucks. And I'm like, that dude would probably beat your ass at your local event. But like, he just put all this pressure on himself and probably spent the last $20 in his bank account getting there and broke half his stuff, and he's in like a hell of a stressful time. And now he's got to go out and do a lap where if he makes one mistake, he goes home, and he makes that mistake and goes home, you know?
Do you ever think about how many drivers have slipped through the crack? How many amazing, like possibly the next James Dean has just slipped through the cracks?
I'm sure there's
all because of stupid shit like that.
I'm sure there's plenty, man. Yeah, I mean, I drive all the local, like I'll drive a lot of grassroots events. Like I support all the local people around me. I think it's good. We need like as much new people coming into this sport. Like that's that's more important than what's going on in pro drifting, right? Like people coming into the sport and growing the sport is way more important than what's going on in pro drifting. Like I do find like some sponsors that I have approached and they're like, oh, do you do FD? I'm like, dude, no. But like there's like way more drivers at the grassroots event that would like be down, and like, you know, people come around eventually once you can show them what's going on. But I don't know, it's just an interesting thing that's going on.
Getting that proof of concept together is the hard part, but
I gotta be a better salesman, man.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, as far as this event goes, what did you say you were driving here?
So I got like a twin turbo LS E92 BMW.
Okay. So actually, yeah, I saw you drive by earlier. I think.
It's like a green. It's like it's got. So we actually did a shoot with Power Nation a couple of days ago for their TV show. So it's like it's called Under the Hood, and basically we went to Power Nation, drifted their parking lot, and then we did like shoot with them. So that's all part of the Hot Shots branding on the car for this round.
That's sick.
So I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, dude. We're learning.
Yeah,
We're learning
slowly.
Oh, that's so cool,
So
man.
yeah, that's basically the car. It's like pretty like I said, I was trying to go pro. I kind of pro built it a little heavy for what we do locally, to be honest.
So this is that car that you shipped
This is that
over.
car. So
Okay.
the simplest story, which I never really told, is like we had the LS. I'll give you like the quickest story, or else
Yeah, you're good.
it'll go forever. But I had the R32 Skyline with an LS. Ran that for like 4 years. Then I built a Safiro. I don't know if you know what that is. It's
Yeah.
like a 4-door.
I love them.
It's like a 4-door S chassis pretty much. So I built a Safiro with like a better motor, better trans, still stayed with GDR diff. That was like my competition car, and I sold that car. And then from that car, I built a couple of like S13s and stuff. And then S15s at that time started becoming pretty affordable. Like you could get a crashed one for a couple of grand. So I bought S15s, and that was like, whoa, these chassis are sick. Like super long shock in the rear. So we moved to S15s, and then I just stuck S15 forever. And then actually, when I got that pro license, I came to the US to try to do my marketing thing. And at that time, which was like 2017, 2018, basically I was like, man, we don't really give a shit about your S15. Like it's too old. Like it's like not really like a car. It was like just the companies I went with were like not down for S15s at the time. So I was like, all right, well, I'll pick a new chassis. And then I was like, I'm going to do this 2011, which so was only at that time like 4 years old.
Yeah.
I picked that chassis honestly for a couple of reasons. I like the look of an E92. Like I like the shape of it, and you could get Wisefab for it. Because like having angle kit on a late model car back, I know it doesn't sound like that long ago, but there really wasn't that many. Are we? I don't know. I think I'm actually meant to go drifting, dude.
Oh yeah. You might need to get the fuck out of here.
What do you want to do?
Do what?
What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't care. We can close it out if you want to. If you need to.
You want to close it
We
out?
can always just follow it. You want to come back tomorrow and keep doing.
You want to do that? I can do
Sure.
that.
We'll run this
Episode
back again
part
tomorrow.
two. We'll
Yeah,
start
part
with-
2 tomorrow.
We'll try to find where we were and
I've
continue
got more
on.
questions still, so I know you guys are asking for it.
Alright,
But,
sweet.
all right, well, cool. Go get some laps in.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I
Go do
think.
your thing.
Let me double. How long have we been going for? Yeah.
5:20. Yeah.
I think I gotta go.
do your thing. Well, we're here, day 2, part 2, with Brennan.
Yep.
Right, Brennan.
Yeah, yep.
There's a D in there. Don't forget that one. But yeah, I don't remember at all where we were.
Yeah,
I think
so
it was
we
along
kinda
the
had
lines
like
of
an
Drift
emergency,
Masters.
like everyone was going to drift. And I didn't want to get left behind, so we
Yeah.
kind of like, part 2 tomorrow. So we're at part 2. So
Yeah.
let's just go from there. We qualified last night. We're in the show. It was actually kind of wet, and we put down decent laps. So
Yeah, the rain showed up in just perfect timing for you guys to qualify.
I
Or guess
actually like the
practice.
rain. Like I'm actually like, I can drive in the rain, so I'm pretty good in the rain. And I tried to like get to the front so I could be one of the first few. So it was like all wet, and we went out half wet, half dry. So that's kind of sketchy, but I got a good
Seemed to
lap
work.
down and qualified good. So
What'd you score?
we ended up with like an 83, which
Oh,
put
yeah.
us in 9th spot. So I was like one of the, like I was actually, it pushed us to first out of all the wet people. And then O'Sully and Hurst were like, yo, what was that track like? I was like, it's actually all right. You can like commit. And then all those boys just dropped me down a few pegs.
You gave
But
him the
I
cheat
was
code.
good. I mean, we're in the show, so I'm good.
Yeah.
That's up to me now to drive, so we're
Oh,
good to go.
Well, that's still a pretty decent score. I mean, it's about average for what they were
Yeah,
given
yeah,
last
it's
night
like-
for a good run,
Yeah, it's like, I mean, judging's such a weird thing, but like obviously
especially here.
they're trying to set a bar. So like, they kind of, the bar sets on like wherever that first person almost sets a bar.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh, he was kind of really shitty. That's a 50. And then that bases where everyone else goes from there. Or if the first dude does what they think is a 100-point qualifier, they usually would give him like a 90. So we
Tops
need to
it.
go up room for like, oh, that dude just had a little bit
Yeah,
extra
yeah, in case
spice
anyone
on it. We
tops
need to
it.
go up. So judging's a weird thing. it's drifting, man. The judging's whatever. Like, you just go out and do your thing. If you win, sick. If you don't, still sick.
That's cool to see that mindset, because most people, all they want to do is complain about the judging.
So as I've got older, dude, and I've been in the sport, I really don't think the complaining helps anyone. Like, it is literally just a show at the end of the day. And the only way I can keep drifting is the crowd keeps coming back and the people keep paying money.
Yeah.
So that's more important to me, that, like, I just did what I could. The judges are doing what they can. I've been a judge before as well. So I know you're, like, possibly one of the most hated people at the track sometimes for the first few hours. So, like, I just respect their decision and get on with my life, man. Like, I'm going to go and drift again. So if it's not this event I win, I'll just try the next one. Life's good, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how I've tried to, probably the last, like, 10 years, I've, like, kind of changed my mentality on that whole thing. Like, I want to go rounds, I want to win, but kind of is what it is, you know?
Yeah. How different do you see that perspective over here versus, like, Australia?
It really just depends on the series you're driving, the prize money involved, and who it is, you know? Like, it's a few big egos in drifting, man.
I feel like America is known for that, though. We have massive egos
I think it's like
and
what we
shit.
touched on before. There's just like 2% of people drift in America, and like Australia has maybe the 5 people that like complain and whinge a lot, and then you've got like 20,000 extra people in drifting in America than what Australia had. So now you have, instead of 5, you times that number by 10, you got 50. They turn up the track and they win. So it kind of is what it is, dude. Like, I don't know. These judges are pretty cool here. They don't really take too much shit. I think that's good. Like, the judges like, hey, this is my decision. I'm doing everything fair. You don't like it?
Especially my boy Reese.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. He
like,
keeps it straight.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like, I mean, it sucks when you lose, but like, I think that's kind of like, if you can be consistent with everyone, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just consistent and everyone gets like the same treatment, I'm good with that. Like, if I suck, I suck. Like, whatever. Let's do better, you know?
Well, on the opposite end of that, for the driver's perspective, we talked a little bit right before this.
Yep.
You know, there's some drivers out there that, you know, they don't play as fair as others.
Yeah. There's always those people. I mean, they're just like, maybe that win's more important to them than like being a stand-up driver. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not the person, so I don't really know.
Have you noticed that a lot as far as the U.S. drivers here?
Nah, because I feel like if you don't be a stand-up driver the last few, like, say 5 years, you kind of get called out on it, you know? Like, if you do flopping or like kind of shitty driving, there's like, you think of the media at these events these days, like Grassroots has a drone flying around. So like, if you do some like not so great driving, it's usually going to come out on the internet, and that's kind of a savage place to be. So if there's something that's not really nice or like some shitty driving, sometimes accidents happen as well. Like, I've been that as well, where I'm like, I want to set the car up into a zone. I do something like kind of weird that the chase guy wasn't expecting. You get hit, and you're like, well, that's on me.
I fucked up. Yeah, I'll take that one.
I'm not gonna lie. There's been plenty of times where I've been judged, and I'm like, oh, I definitely didn't win that. And you pull up to the line, and they're like, win.
What do you do in those scenarios?
You go, thank you, because there's gonna be another scenario where you're like, that's the best lap I ever done in my life, and you lost. You're like, dude, I couldn't even done any better. That's as good as I got. So like, I just think you take the lucky one. Like I always say in drifting, it's like 50% driver, 30% car, 20% luck. I do really feel that there's like some luck. I shouldn't say luck, like people make their own luck, but you just watch, like I've watched a lot of drifting, I've done a lot of drifting.
You're trusting a whole machine to do what you built it to do.
You just need like everything to align sometimes, and sometimes you win, you're like, man, that wasn't my best driving, but like the other guy just wasn't, like he just did worse than me. He fucked up too. You know? So like you just take it, I feel you just take it when you get it. Yeah. You take the luck when you get it, because like there's going to be some other times where you're like, how did that happen to me?
Someone punch you off track or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've like, at this event in particular, dude, I've had some like top 32, snap an axle on the run up. And I'm like, dude, how?
It's got to be the most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, like I really have learned just to like embrace the positivity, dude. Surround yourself with positive people. Just be positive, dude. I feel that's like a way better way to live your life.
Yeah.
Like as I've got older, just be positive, dude. Like I feel it's kind of weird. I'm not really into like anything too much, to be honest, except for drifting. But I feel like that axle snapped because I was probably going to put it into the wall. So
This is my
I
saving
just
grace.
take that like, all right, I wasn't meant to do that lap. Let's get on with our life. There's another drift event to do. So, and like where we are here, like you could literally drift every weekend. Like if you had the budget, there's no reason why you couldn't drift every weekend in the US. And that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. There's nowhere else in the world where there's like drift competition or like badass grassroots events with spectators anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. I mean, obviously not to bring Drift Masters back up,
No,
but
we
like,
can do Drift Masters.
yeah, Drift Masters has still as damn near as good of a crowd as FD, I would say.
But is it every weekend?
I get that, yeah.
Like
yeah.
in the US, it's every weekend. Like you can find an event
Dude,
every weekend.
Yeah, we are,
all-
especially where I'm from in Tennessee. I have like 7 tracks
Dude,
within 3-hour
it-
distance.
It's insane.
Spoiled.
Like if you're willing to travel 18 hours, like you think Drift Masters, those guys are traveling serious distance. Like that Europe is big, man. So like takes a lot to make that happen. And those dudes are traveling a lot to make that happen, but they're only doing 8 rounds. Like they're badass drivers, badass cars, putting on a sick show for the crowd, but they're not driving every weekend at at some sort of competition with 2,000 people at it. Like you could go to a grassroots event like locally, like where I am, and there'll be a decent crowd there, and they'll get a full 85 cars.
Do you think that hinders the skill level over there a lot more than here?
I wouldn't say hinder, because they're driving pretty. So I do think like the higher level of driving you can afford to do, the better you get,
Yeah.
because you get like pushed to that level. So I think their very high level is very good. So the Drift Masters guys are very good at driving. I just think like, say I went and did FD, that would be my budget for the year. So it wouldn't really, having the other 50 events I could drive wouldn't help if I couldn't afford to get there. So I think like obviously budgetary things is a big thing as well. So they probably just physically don't have the people to have 50 events for the year, or like, one of my friends runs a drift maps, and they actually puts all the drift events in the US, right? And I think he said like there's like 300 and something events like this year.
Which is probably some still slipped under the table that don't get recognized.
That's just what he knows
enough.
about, or they reached out and put on there. So like, that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Just give it a sec.
Yeah.
There we go.
Damn
All
bush
right.
roads, man.
Nah, you're good. We're good. We're good. We're at LS Fest. What can you do about it? All y'all's fucking cars are loud as shit.
Yeah. You want to be heard.
But no, on Drift Masters though, do you? This has been a big topic. I've noticed, at least on the podcast.
Yep.
Do you think the tracks that they're running in Drift Masters are not just more complicated, but need more skill level? Do you think they're better?
I honestly can't comment enough on that because I really don't have any real world experience. It's only
not as far as driving.
Yeah,
but
it's only visual off like what you're watching. I think they're doing very good with their like business that they're running over there for sure. Like the tracks look pretty sick. Skill level wise, I honestly like they run badass tires over there. So like if you brought those tires to the US tracks, it might be like kind of wild. Whereas a lot of like the US tires are like a DOT, like you and me can buy those tires, you know, like I know you could buy their tires as well, but you can't really drive on the road with them. So it's like, they're like Drift Pacific tires, I'd call them. Yeah. But I really don't, I honestly don't know. I really would like to go and watch around in real world, because like I feel like watching stuff on the internet and like what people say is not really like, I don't know. You're
but
only making a judgment
it
on
is
like,
also a show too. So
Yeah, so
like
that-
you still need the outsider perspective that's never been
so
there.
their show, I mean, they kind of run it pretty different. Like, I do like that you get to choose your lead and chase first. I really think like it'd be sick because I actually prefer to chase first. Like, I am a chase first kind of like driver. I'd prefer
What's
to.
the mindset behind that?
I'm gonna pressure the shit out of that lead driver, and I hope that they can do what they
I
got
want
to
you
do.
to remember this.
Yeah, just push hard on them. Like, I'm pretty like, I'm like a person that doesn't really. I'm a person that doesn't really care about a spotter too much, to be honest. I'm just like, I'm going to drive every lap at 100%, and like, I'm going to do my job, you know, like. The only
You don't
thing,
think it's important to at least know
I
your
think
proximity in the zone and stuff like that, though?
I think at a pro level it kind of matters, but I mean, we're here to put
when
on
you're
a
just
show.
putting around, I get that, yeah.
The crowd don't want to see like 2 cars back because the other guy didn't fill the zone. That looks kind of boring. Like
Yeah, so it's almost
honestly,
like-
I'm literally more about like, I really wish there was like a point of drifting where it could get like stadium trucks, where there's like a crew of like badass cars cruise around and put on a sick show for the crowd, and the crowd gets the winner.
You're literally like the not so internet famous version of Luke Fink, straight up. Just like y'all said earlier.
Yeah, so I just don't, like, I like competition. I think it's cool, and it is cool to have someone win because it wouldn't mean anything if we didn't. But I do think it would be sick if like they were like, all right, they're like 30 of the sickest drift cars in the US and the craziest drivers that we got, and they're going to put on the sickest show for the crowd. And then the crowd just picks the winner, for all I care. Like, the crowd's like, that was the sickest shit I've ever seen. That's the winner. Like, done. Like,
Actually, it's so ironic you're saying this because I filled out, I can't say what it's for yet.
Yep.
I don't, well, no, I can. This will be afterwards.
Yep.
The Chase Base Polecat event.
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be there, but he's entertaining an idea for like a competition or something. So
Sick.
he was sending out this survey to a bunch of drivers he knows.
Yep.
And that came up of like, you know, name 3 things you wish was different about the competition in Formula Drift,
Yep.
da-da-da-da-da. And actually, what did I don't know if I can pull it up. Anyways, essentially what I said was, I wish they would not focus so much on line for
Yep.
the chase driver. I would much rather see an insanely close proximity
Yep.
and matching angle.
Yep.
That's all I give a fuck about in the
Yeah,
trace
yeah.
position. Lead driver, run the fucking line.
Yep. Yeah, it's I mean, honestly, over 20 years, it's changed so much of like judging, and you know, some maybe what I thought 10 years ago, what they did cool would have been way better, and then that's happened. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. So like, but I am about the crowd. Like, I think the crowd and the spectators are probably the most important part of drifting.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion.
Well,
Like,
a lot of it is they're changing to portray it better to the audience.
I think
but,
like a lot of like
seating,
me,
I don't think does it.
Yeah, I mean,
Stuff
me
like
and
that.
you like kind of know drifting good. So like some of the technical stuff we can like understand like that happened, but like the dude in the crowd that's like just turned up and it's like, holy, this is crazy. And then they see some like sick chase, and like we said, that dude doesn't quite fill a zone or cuts a bit of line to get there, but it looks epic. And they're like, oh, that guy lost. And they're like, man, that was the coolest thing I've seen. So like, you know, and he lost, I don't understand. So like, I don't know, I'm not gonna fix drifting anytime soon, but I do think like there's definitely room for some sort of like drifting show to go on where like it's a show. More than a competition, it's a show. Like,
You
I
don't
do
think
there's
like
a room.
the LZ World Tours are
Oh
becoming
yeah,
that?
but I ain't cool enough for that, dude.
I mean, I don't even
mean,
know
he
how
doesn't
the
know who
vetting
I am.
process works for that. I know there's obviously it's a
Yeah.
big influencer thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I do think what they're doing is good, 100%. Like the way they're running that is more of a show than a competition, so it's definitely a good thing. I think it is a good.
down to the fact that like if your car breaks, you can just go grab another one.
Yeah, there's so much like they're literally just putting the drifting first, in my opinion, because there's a lot of rules in drifting that can put you out that are like not in the spirit of drifting, but it's made as a competition, so like, you know, someone doesn't exploit. So like as you go up in higher in series, it's just inevitable. There's more money in there. So like if you said, oh, you can just run as many cars as you want, you'll get someone that's like, well, I'll just bring 5 cars to the track. So like if that
Right,
breaks,
yeah.
I was getting another car, you know? So like if they don't have those rules, it does get wild. But for sure, like what they're doing at the LZ World Tour is sick, 100%. Like in my opinion, that's like,
I see
that's
what
a
you
good
mean.
direction for drifting. It's just like that's for influencers, not like peasants like me.
Right.
So like it, but that needs the marketing and everything to work, you know. So like really, there's no. What's the advantage of having someone that nobody knows there? But unless they do something cool,
Yeah.
like that's fine.
And I
but,
mean, you
like,
still see some of those drivers, like whenever they happen, and they don't do a live stream anymore, but
Yep.
when they were, I mean, you still see
Oh,
just
yeah,
a
there's some
random local dude
dudes,
that just
yeah,
drives
yeah.
hard.
Yep.
and,
Yeah.
you know,
So it's cool. Like what they're doing is sick, and
yeah.
like the fantasy battles where it like doesn't matter. Like you're just going out, putting on a show for the crowd picks a winner. Sick. Like, and really who cares, because you're doing another battle anyway. Because like the one thing that does suck is you could travel across the world, travel across the country, travel a long way, and you go out to qualify and like, I don't know, your crew forgets to tighten up the wheel and it comes off, and then you go home. You know what I mean? There's so
Fired
many.
immediately.
I mean, half these crews aren't getting paid, so kind of can't fire the guy that doesn't get
They'd
paid.
be like,
you know?
all right, whatever.
Yeah, fine. Sounds good. I'll go on holidays.
I'm still here, so I'm gonna go enjoy the weekend. I'll see you later.
Yeah. So like, you know, there's so many things. Whereas like, if it's just a fun event like that, it's like, well, kind of looked pretty wild for the crowd. The wheel came off, got the car off track. We got it fixed. We go out and we
It's
battle
like
the next dude.
Dylan Hughes and Matt Field. Dylan Hughes just climbed up on top of his
Yeah.
hood in Utah.
That's like, you know, that's like maybe not great publicity, ends up being really good publicity. Because like that wasn't really what they wanted to do, but they got some sick publicity that would have come out of that, you know?
Oh yeah.
So like
that'll be viral for the next year.
like that's like, you know, when people go to stadium like Monster Jam and the truck rolls
That's
over.
what they're there to see.
That costs a bunch of money, but the crowd gets pretty pumped on it, dude.
Hey, dude, you can see it in all of the videos that came out of it.
Yep.
As soon as it happened, and like everything comes to a stop, both drivers are like still there, and you can kind of see Matt in the corner, and then Dylan's obviously fine. You can see him
Yep.
on top, and everyone goes, "Yeah!" They just start fucking screaming.
Because it's pretty entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's what's real. Like, drifting has kind of got insane the last few years. Like, that pro level, like Drift Masters and FD, you pretty much have to be willing to ruin your car. Like, if you're not willing to, like, wreck that car, you're not winning. Like, if you have any, like, mentality of, like, kind of can't afford to, like, be that close because if he makes a mistake, I'll hit him. Like, you're not winning any pro drifting anywhere. You need to be like, I'm going to go hard. If it happens, it
You
happens. We'll
budget
fix
for
it.
that though.
Yeah, which
that's the shitty part is
Yeah.
you can't, like everyone talks about, oh, I got a bumper budget and da 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 da. It's like, yeah, but how do you know?
you don't. And I mean, sometimes, you know, I've done competitions where I get no damage, and I've done plenty where I get a lot of damage. And most of the time, the further you go, usually the more damage the car ends up with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just, but yeah, you got to drive hard. Like that's like I said, like, you know, 15 years ago, a 5-car battle, like gap, that was like, whoa, that dude's close. Now if you're 5 cars away, it's not even the same, like, you're not even in the
Nobody
same world.
bats an eye at you.
Are they even drifting?
Was that a tandem lap or did you just send them quick?
One thing that I haven't touched on is when I started drifting, so like say I've drifted for 22 years, right?
Okay.
That first 6 years, 7 years, I could literally give someone my 22 years of experience and I could shortcut that whole first 10 years of their drifting career. So I could literally, and that's like really happened around the world, like a lot in my opinion. So like you see some of these kids coming up that are like 13 years old and they're like a badass, you know? So like they got the sim that can really help get shit sorted. They then also have the experience and knowledge around them of like old people like me that's like, oh, you have an S chassis and you want to run this motor combo, and if you want it to work, you get these coilovers, and then you put this suspension in there, then you
Yep.
put this wheel alignment in there, And you pretty much can be like, all right, you want a pro grassroots, pro-am, pro-spec, or pro. That's like sorted. And then all that they have to do is drive it. Whereas like when I started, it was like, well, we didn't know. I didn't know.
We're cutting knuckles up, trying to make things work.
Yeah, I didn't have cut knuckles for like 3 years.
My God.
So like my cousin that was like drifting back then, I actually think it kind of made me a decent driver. He was like, until you like need the angle, we're not going to put it on the car. So
See,
like,
I learned
to drive without cut knuckles.
I say that all the time. People tell me I'm a fucking asshole and I'm insane for that, dude. I'm like, it teaches you momentum drifting, like how to actually drive.
Yeah, I mean, so my car drives like, it's a turbo LS. Bae drives like a big turbo 2J.
Yeah.
Like I got big turbos on it, and like, you can't be lazy. Like if you're lazy on the throttle,
you just loop it.
Yeah, and any people that I've like worked with and helped, I'm like, dude, no one wants to hear your LS at 2,500 RPM going around the track. Nobody. Like, that's not cool. So I do think that style comes a driving style in. I kind of got like an aggressive kind of driving style, we'll call it. But I do think it's cool. Like, it needs to be,
right.
We're putting on a show, it needs to be cool. Like, it has to be cool. No one wants to hear, like, any boring shit, you know? So, yeah.
So what about, like, thrash cars, like just beater cars?
Beater cars?
I honestly, because personally, I don't understand the justification of having a beater car. I think every drift car should look presentable.
Yeah, so I do try and make my cars presentable.
Right.
I'm not really about having like a full beat up piece of poo.
I can't do it.
So I think there is room for it if it's like a solely practice car and you're literally doing that.
At Evasu.
Yeah,
that's where it's
like
okay.
Your local track, and like there's a bunch of you have a bunch of beaters, but I don't think that's really good. Like, it's not really cool for the sport. Like, it's cool to see two dudes in their beat up piece of crap, but it's not really. It doesn't look sick.
It's cool to see it in person happen.
I think, yeah, and it is like good practice for that person because like they don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely.
But like I've always said, like, it's not very hard to go to competition when you got a car that's so beat up that it doesn't matter, and then put it on the dude's car that costs him 150 grand. Like, you got nothing to lose, you know? Like, oh, what, I crashed my car again that I've crashed the last 10 rounds? Like, oh, sweet. Whereas like that dude might have like basically spent what he could have bought a house, but he built a drift car. So he's got all that weight in the back of his mind of like, I kind of can't afford to crash.
Yeah.
So it's like a different mentality. So obviously you kind of need to throw all that out and be like, I'm just here to drive. But no matter how you say it, like if you kind of don't want to crash your car, you're probably not going to drive hard.
Very true.
Yeah, but
still make a car
to
cool,
your original
though.
point, having a cool looking car is definitely important for drifting.
It's the most stylistic sport. Is that the
Yeah,
word?
I mean, people
the
are
word I'm
looking
looking
like,
for?
you know, people say, oh, it doesn't really matter like what it sounds like, but like if it sounds like it's ripping, that's a whole lot better than like,
I mean, look at this guy. He's got a highlighter pink and blue.
Yeah, dude. He's trying to
Dude's
stand
bright
out.
as fuck.
Yeah, he wants to stand out. He wants everyone to see him. That's what we're
that's
trying to do
awesome.
here. He wants to be
Cool,
memorable.
man.
Ain't nobody's going to remember the guy that was like boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Any car that's just been one color out there, nobody really bats an eye out.
Nah, like unless you're doing something pretty epic. Or crashing. Or doing,
Unless you're
or
Cole
like,
Richards.
Yeah, he's done well with black.
Fucking G. I
Black
love
and
Cole.
black and chrome worked out for him pretty good. I mean, chrome's always cool.
Except it sucks to work with, is the problem.
Yeah, you got to pay someone to do
Actually,
that.
whenever I got my livery last year, the dude that did it, Mike from Design Shop React, shout out to you. He was like, I don't care what we do, I just don't want to do chrome. Just please don't make me do chrome. I was like, all right, I'll make you wait a year before I do chrome. Next one, we're definitely doing chrome.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Well, do you want to? I guess we'll wrap it up here because you're about to have to go, right?
Yeah, whatever you
You got
want.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, we'll just close it out. I got plenty, so.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Is there anyone you want to shout out or anything like that?
I mean, probably should shout out my wife first. It's
That's
probably
a
been a
smart
pretty
one.
rough, few years over the time of drifting, and like with no money in the bank account, but we're going drifting on the credit card. So she's been pretty tolerable for the lifestyle because it's definitely a lifestyle drifting. It's something you gotta dedicate a lot of time, as much money as you can earn, and it kind of takes everything to try and make it happen. So my wife would be like number one, Amy. And then when we moved to the US here, I got Hot Shot Secret, which have been a great help to me. It's an oil company. They do oils and they do like additives. So they've been really good to me. So thanks, Hot Shots. And then I really beat my car up pretty hard. So like the engine takes a solid beating. So Hooper's Heads, we kind of worked together. I actually met him at LS Fest here before I even moved here. And he was like, man, if we can build a cylinder head that can hold together for you, we're good for everyone. So they built me a solid head. We beat on that car. Like if you see qualifying last night, it was pretty rowdy. So they built me a badass head. Samtech, which is local in Houston, School of Automotive Machinists. So it's like a school. They actually built the whole bottom end, dyno tuned the engine for me. And then I've got a really good friend, Shannon, in the US, in Australia. He kind of taught me how to tune and everything. So that's like, he's a good friend and a great support, kind of like a mentor for tuning. Thanks, buddy. So that was good. And then that's pretty much like everyone else is like just, I couldn't do it without them. So it's like Wiseco, Boost Line, XS Power. They've just been great supporters. I've run X Clutch, which is an Australian brand that's moved to the US recently. And I've literally used that for 22 years.
Is their color purple?
Yeah, it is. They're literally
I saw
over
them
here
at
this
SEMA
weekend.
or something.
Yep. Yeah. They're like getting pretty big over here now. So
Sweet.
like they're built, they're purple, they look cool. Just sucks that you hide it. So yeah, they'll be the main people that really have helped me get to where
That's
I am. So thank you, everyone.
Cool, dude. Well, who do you have up, by the way? Who are you battling?
I forgot his name, to be honest with you.
Oh, fuck.
We're good. I think it's Jack Davies' friend over there.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about.
E36, blue
Yeah.
E36. So that's my first battle, top 32 at lunchtime today. Looks like we might have a couple of sprinkles on the ground, so
Yeah,
should be fun.
she might be a little icy out there.
Should be fun.
You got it.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
cool, man. I really appreciate the time, and especially coming back again.
We're good, dude. We had to finish it off.
Yeah, man. Well, good luck today, and take it home.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Way up to the ceiling. Trust no bitch, can't catch no feelings. I've been taking long flights from the Bay to Ibiza. Hit home runs, I'm a ball like Jeter. I just want 4, then I leave her. I'm a young pop star, call the boy Justin Bieber. Got a little money if you want, I can teach her. Whole life a movie, you can watch it in theater.